Okay, let me redo that introduction again. This is possibly one of the final games in our SCB Ready Cup. Okay, this Michael is in the front at the moment, 3-0. We have spawned on this map Kulas Ravine, Franky spawning as the teal Protoss in the bottom left 7 o'clock position, and in the opposite corner, opposite corner, considered to the right hand side, we have Michael spawning as the pink Protoss in the 4 o'clock position.
Yeah, and as you might note on this map, it's really hard to get your natural expansion on this map, since it's really hard to defend. There are two opening spots, two wide open chokes here to attack from their different angles, and you can even use the high ground there to do a lot of damage, attacking the rocks there, getting on a high ground and doing a lot of damage on the middle lines. So I would not expect some fast expansions here from both players. I expect to see more gateways and maybe robotic facility and waiting for the first push again on one base play on both players.
Indeed, and at the moment, I think I would like to see some creative play. Maybe some phoenixes running around, picking up some drones using that high edge, or using void rays to snipe out the probes, using that edge as a well, you can't spot over the edge, can you?
No, but you could charge them on the rocks if you want to for the rocks for the high ground natural expansion. You can have them there. Still, I like to know both players are going here for the same sides here, spotting the wrong places here, scouting there. But both using our Naga watchers on their waypoints, and I really like that. But unfortunately, didn't see each other. Maikel now running to the Naga watchers. He might have a clue where this probe is coming from, but still going for the wrong place.
Indeed, and I think that both builds are yet again the same. There's no extra creative builds, no forge fast expands on this map, considering how big it is in the map. I mean, you can put lots of proxy pylons in the hidden grass. I mean, there's one located just outside each other's base. You can put a proxy pylon in there, they won't notice it. You can walk in reinforcements or do anything from backstabbing, I guess.
That's right, aggressive gameplay is always a nice feature here on this map, since the choke is not like a small ramp. You need at least two force fields, two well-placed force fields to help defend there in a fight if you defend the base. So it's much more easier to play aggressive yourself. You can use hidden pylons against behind the bushes near the choke of the enemy base to warp in more reinforcement. Those bushes just cried for it. To hide in army units, pylons, anything in there.
Indeed, and I think they both have their probes inside each other's base. Both have their zealot chasing the probe. And I think that Franky may lose his probe. He does indeed.
Both are losing a probe on the same time, yeah. So it's absolutely mirrored right here. And we're both getting warp gate technology at the same time here, putting up more pylons. And still, I think seeing either a robotics facility or a second gateway coming up for both players.
Indeed, and I think that, I mean, what we've seen in this last few games are the same thing. 4 gate pushers, gateways, robotech. There's nothing out of the normal, and I would love to see some more Colossi play, more void rays, well, especially on this map, because you can abuse it. Well, yeah, Phoenix and void rays charging up on the rocks and then heading in towards base.
Yeah, but in the Protoss mirror match I would always prefer those Phoenixes, since void rays are easy to shoot down, since it comes down to a lot of stalkers. Both players will have stalkers, so Phoenixes can do a lot more damage. Then they're more mobile, they can scout better, they're more cost effective, they can go into a mineral line. Once you have a number of 2 or 3 Phoenixes, you can also help in a big battle by lifting up the Immortals, which could do a lot of damage to your stalkers.
Indeed, and we see that Franky has opted to go for the robo. He is trying to chrono boost his observer out, but he is supply blocked, and that chrono boost is going to go to waste.
So we see Maikel going for 4 warp gate push, while we have Franky with a free gate and robo. So a little bit diversity, and I think Franky will use his observer, of course, to scout a 4-gate push, and then wait to defend, maybe trying to get his upper high ground natural expansion to come back in the game to secure his later game victory if he can defend the 4-gate push.
So, and Franky's observer has just come out now. He's going to be hovering over towards backwards base. So hopefully to stop that maikel is destroying the rock.
Yeah, and he has also 2 probes and they are not working. They're attacking the rocks. They should go back into the Vespine geyser in here and the assimilator instead of chilling with the zealots in the party. You're not the fighters, you cannot chill with them. You have to go back to work.
I guess that maybe he's that cocky that he wants them probes in in the front line so he can shoot at or use them as tanks or anything, or maybe most likely it's going to be a mistake. And I think that there's even three probes now, or one hopefully going to put a pylon up.
Well, he's using them for push. You can use them mid shield of course, then it's gonna be nice, but killing the rocks with them is not really effective. But in the push it's a little advantage you can get from it, but as it comes down to this highly mirror matchup on a higher skill play, it's every bit that counts. And he's pushing in using Guardian Shield here, but nice force fields coming in the back here, trying to preventing that Zealot to join the fight in there. So I think Franky, even with the Immortal here as backup, can hold easily off that 4-gate push by maikel.
Indeed, he has microed that Immortal very nicely, keeping it alive, and he is going to clear this out. Maybe going to go for a counter push, and that is exactly what he's going to do.
And that's exactly what he needed to do in the games before. Concentrating on nice force fields, on a big fight here. Getting the army advantage when maikel is using his probe on Excel Nagara hidden behind, not scouted, getting a proxy pylon and warping reinforcements there, but he shouldn't worry about attacking with a pylon, he should worry about defending his own base since he is 10 foot behind in the army count.
And also the army composition does favour Franky at the moment, but he could, if he could get some nice force fields out, just like in the first game, he could split the army into 2.
Well, Stalkers wouldn't be a wise idea right now, getting lots of Stalkers against those Immortals we have in the mix by Franky. So he's trying to get more Zealots and some Sentries, and they're using some nice force fields, blocking off some reinforcements, trying to prevent from running from the Zealots away and doing a lot of damage with the Zealots, since they do good damage against Immortals and Stalkers, if they're close combat.
Immortal getting chased in Franky's natural, as you can see. There are Zealots chasing the Immortal, which is running around.
Yeah, really nice micro there by Franky, just running around, letting the Stalkers shoot, and even more minerals down the pool here by maikel by warping in some forces. And he knows there must be a pylon somewhere. He's going looking for it, grabbing the Zelnagar, and just shooting down the Dancing Probe and the pylon. And maikel now is in really big trouble.
Indeed, but he does have a lot of sentries there ready to force field, and a nice concave with the Stalkers going to spawn, who most likely going to split the army apart. But Franky, being the good player he is going for the opted for the big the backdoor rocks. So even if he gets force field, he does have the high ground advantage.
That is right, it's a wide ramp here. It's not that easy to force field. We need at least 2 force fields there also. And it's not checked for the moment. If he comes in unchecked there, can get some free shots on the pylons, he can even kill the warp gate. It makes much more hard here to warp in reinforces. And here he goes, the big encounter. maikel has to move there, and the Immortals there in the back cannot shoot right now. He's waiting there, trying to get a concave, but right now maikel should maybe. And here he goes, big engagement, some nice force which is splitting off some Stalkers in the back. They cannot shoot. One Immortal cannot shoot by Franky. He has to come there, start shooting at those enemies. But still Franky is an elite here, has that army advantage, and those numbers are dwindling. maikel got his first Immortal out here, doing a lot of damage on the Stalkers. Really nice. He has to keep him alive, do more damage, target fire some Stalkers. And he can really defend against this push if he keeps the Stalker Immortal alive. A third Immortal coming in by Franky. Franky is trying to maikel every Immortal he has to keep them alive. More reinforcements, not on the attack move, running in there from the proxy pylon. So this is really a close fight, but I think Franky is now coming up ahead. And here comes the GG by maikel.
GG. We do see a 5th game in this final, so It's not going to be a rollover. There's not going to be 4-0. It is currently 3-1 in Maikel's favour.